Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl McNeil Fisher. Kathy King and I co-host Writing Works Wonders, and recently we had the honor of talking with Dr. Patrick Taylor, who is the New York Times best-selling author of the Irish Country series, The Irish Country Doctor. In this short clip, you are going to experience listening to Dr. Taylor read a scene from The Irish Country Christmas. Stay tuned afterwards and I'll tell you how you can listen to the entire interview. It was a lot of fun, and if you've never read his books, I know you'll be looking for them after you listen to this clip. And if this is the first time we're meeting you, hello, we're so excited. Welcome, enjoy.
I'm actually going to read to you from that book called An Irish Country Christmas. A Christmas pageant. In those days, back in 1964, in those days you were allowed to have Christmas pageants. You didn't have to call them festivals, winter festivals, or that. And Protestants took in Catholics, and Catholics took in Protestants against a common enemy. And in the village of Ballybuckle in 1946, the then priest and the then Presbyterian minister decided to amalgamate the children from both faiths and have a Christmas festival. In the front row are all the nuns from the local convent and the Mother Superior, the parish priest, the Presbyterian minister and his family, and of course the doctors. The schoolmistress comes out and she reads a bit like the 9 lessons and carols. And Barry Laverty's watching all of this, all right? And to Barry's surprise, the big man's lips were moving too, along with what the schoolmistress was reading. They were forming the same words that Barry was hearing from the stage. Into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, to be taxed, with Mary his espoused wife, being graced with child. The pulleys creaked and the curtains opened, and it came as no surprise to Barry that a group of shepherds near the back of the stage sat around a pen with a few sheep in it. Such props would not be hard to come by in Ballybuckle. A spotlight focused on Joseph, who wore open sandals and a white robe tied at the waist with a piece of rope. The same cordage must have been haggled to tie a checkered hanky round his head for a kafaya. Mickey Corrie led a live donkey by the halter. Jeannie Kennedy, wearing a long blue dress up the front of which padding of some sort had been stuffed, rode side saddle. She clutched the donkey's mane and looked to Barry as if she was terrified she might fall off. The party stopped outside the door, over which hung the Bethlehem Inn sign. Oh dear Mary, everywhere's full. Maybe this inn will have a room. The lines were delivered in a flat monotone. I hope so, Joseph. Joseph knocked on the door. It was opened by Colin Brown, who for the previous 2 years had played the starring role of Joseph and was not pleased about being relegated to innkeeper. He was bareheaded and wore a grey robe that looked to Barry as it might have served as one of Mrs. Brown's dresses. He sported a blue and white striped builder's apron. Hello, innkeeper. Colin's smile was beatific. His words enunciated loudly and clearly. Who's there? It's Mary and Joseph. We've come to Bethlehem to be taxed. Mary and Joseph? Barry had harboured a tiny doubt that Colin might try to pull some stunt. Now he relaxed. The little play was going perfect. Could we have a bed for the night? My wife's having a baby and she's very tired. Colin's voice was soft, welcoming. Well, Mary, he explained. And he emphasized the word Mary. I've no room at the inn, but of course you are very welcome to go into the stable. Harry stiffened. That wasn't how he remembered the script. Of course you can, Mary, Cohen said. Then he turned to Joseph and yelled, "As far as I'm concerned, Joseph, you dirty wee gurrier, you miserable little gobshite, you can just set off." There was such a communal indrawing of breath that Barry thought the walls of the hall might bow inward. He glanced at the stage where the players, all save the innkeeper, who had a wicked grin, were frozen as in the tableau vivant. Mary's eyes were wide. Joseph looked as though he were ready to kill. A shepherd was on his feet yelling. It must have scared one of the sheep, because the animal cleared the hurdle like a racehorse in a steeplechase. Sheep collided with the donkey. Barry heard an enormous bray. The donkey and Mary, clinging to its mane, ran at the door to the Bethlehem Inn, knocked the innkeeper flat on his back, before disappearing into the wreckage of collapsing scenery. He knew he shouldn't, but Barry couldn't stop laughing. He felt it tugging at his sleeve, turned and heard O'Reilly yell above the row, "Come on, Barry, I need a hand. The Mother Superior's fainted."
Wasn't that great listening to Dr. Taylor read a scene from Irish Country Christmas? You can listen in to the entire interview on our website at www.writingworkswonders.com. You can also go to any podcast platform. Just look for Writing Works Wonders, Advancing Beyond Barriers. You can sign up for emails to receive all the new happenings and special events. You can also get our information for our live show so that you can be a participant, call in, or just listen in. You can also listen in on ACB Media number 5. Feel free to email us at writingworkspodcast@gmail.com. All of our information is on our website. Take time, look around, meet some of our team. We look forward to talking with you soon. Kathy and I want you to feel encouraged and inspired and know the wonder of writing.